Hey guys, today we are going to be making an origami double-sided blade. And for this, the things you will be needing are glue, a ruler, a scissor cutter or a blade to cut paper, 2 pieces of A4 paper, and 2 pieces of origami paper. So with that, let's get started. First, you want to take an A4 paper and fold it in half. Face it down, align your crease like that, and then open it back up. Now use your cutting tool and start cutting your paper in half on that line. Just like this. Put 1 piece of paper aside and the cutter. And then you want to make your blade for you want to make the blade of your hidden blade. So you want to fold it in half. You sit down, open it up, and then fold this up to the middle. Flip it over, and then do the same to the other side. Just like that. You should have this. And now fold it once again to the middle. Just like that. You should have one long strip of paper now. You want to take any top corner and fold it down like you do when you make a paper airplane, like this. Do the same to the other side, and you should have this when you're done. Now, for the next part, you're going to need a piece of glue. So you glue only the triangle part, the part that we folded, only that, and then put it aside and fold it in half. You're going to have to press the middle a bit so it doesn't like overlap and make new creases. Just like this. Now, make this same thing with your other piece of paper. I'll see you when you're done. So, once you are done making 2 of these, what I want you to do is take your piece of origami paper, okay? Take your ruler. Now, since I have a square piece of origami paper, I am going to have to measure and cut. So, what you will need is a pencil, and you need to mark 13 centimeters on one side, and then you need to mark, once you mark that, you need to mark 10 centimeters on the other side. So starting from here, 13 centimeters, and then 10.5 to be exact. So make sure that you put the marking for 10.5 right there. So now, if it helps you, you can make a longer line, but I'm just gonna go ahead and bring the cutter and cut it from those two positions. Just like this. Like that first, and then from my second working, which is right over here. Right here. This is the piece of paper you should have when you're done. So take the scraps and put it aside. You don't need a cutter anymore. Actually, you do. So take your other piece of origami paper, and what I do is I don't really use the ruler again. I just take my piece that I've already done, and I just use it to make a line. And make sure your line is perfectly straight so there's no mistake. Just like that. So now I'll go ahead and cut this paper too. Just like that. For this, and then the other side. Just like that, you have your other piece of origami paper. Again, put the scraps away, and now you do not need the cutter. So now, what you want to do, take your two pieces of paper and take this one strip, choose which paper you want. I'm going to choose black, and then align it perfectly on the edge to see how much of the white strip you need to glue. So now that I know, I'm going to take my glue and start gluing how much I need to glue right till here. When the paper ends, that is how much you need to glue, and then flip it over and glue it up. Just like that. Now that the paper is glued on, take the other side and then put glue on it, like the same you did to the other side, and then fold this piece of black paper on top. Okay? Now, I want you to do the same thing to your other piece of paper. Like that. Now you have two pieces and kind of like a flag. So next, what you want to do is take the other piece of A4 paper that you have, okay? The same, put to the side, and then fold it in the middle. Just like that. And then cut it with your cutter. Like this. And then don't start making a good lid. What you want to do is start making a thin strip like this with your paper. And then once you reach the end, glue the last bit like that, and then roll it just like that. You should have a long circular stick when you're done. Do the same to the other one. just like this. Try to make them as thin as possible. So this might take a couple of tries because the paper will start to unroll and become thicker. So this might take a few tries to do. Just like this. And now I'll glue the last bit like that, and then it's on like this. Now you should have one strip shorter than the other, like this. And if you do, that is completely fine because it should be like that. Now, take your paper, take your flag thing, and then you want to pop it open like that, the bottom. And then want to take this and insert it into that little hole there. Just like that. You might have to flatten out your thing for it to fit, but that's okay. It's not easy to open the bottom hole because it's gonna start to fold and it won't open. But slide this in as much as you can. When it stops moving in the slightest, stop trying to push it in, and then just take your cutter and cut that bit off. Just like this. Now, since I was using that, I can't make it that accurate, so I'll just push the rest in. Just like that. And now you have that in on one side. Do the same to the other one. Pop it open. You might have to use your finger to open it sometimes. Like that. Insert it in. And if it goes in fully and you don't have anything to cut, that's okay too, since one is shorter. So that's okay too. Now you want to align this like this, and so both papers are slightly touching from the middle, like this. Okay? And then now start folding one piece of paper like this, and then keep folding until you're on your last fold, and then again you will need the glue to glue this part, and then put it on just like that. Do the same to the other one. Fold it around. Make sure it is as tight as possible. And then once you're on your last fold, again, take your glue and glue it down like this. And just like that, your double-sided blade is ready. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video.